Boo ba 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 boo ba 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 boo ba 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 boo ba boo ba boo ba 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 boo. I'm just trying to get a setting that I used to have on to go back on again. Which one of these features tells everyone? Everybody's. Oh my goodness. That's so silly. Oh, Discord, you goof. There it is. There it is. There's a button somewhere that gives me a little purple bubble of them streaming on Discord. And I think it's important because otherwise Como doesn't know that I'm streaming right now. He's just like, oh, he's just playing Ziggurat too. He's not having any fun time, shit. Unrebet. I could do this later. I could have done this ahead of time. But you know what? No, listen. Listen. Life doesn't work like that always. This is... Use Discord to track my screen reader usage? I don't even know what the hell that means. Authorized apps, connections, gift. Nope, nope, nope. No idea what this button is. I know like I know people still get it, but I don't know why not me? Why not me? Where did I turn this off? Man, yesterday was a problem. Big problem. Not fun. Not great. Just a big mood dip. Dip. You know, I could take a little popsicle and go dippy dip. Yeah, no, to get this back on again. I think he'll just have to figure it out on his own then. Everyone can see him playing video games. Oh, it's Como. He said something. Maybe he said hello. Man, Como, you've got a gingerbread heart. You gingerbread man. Gingerbread! Ooh, I can get so many perks. You won't believe how many perks you can stuff. It's a hard looking. Who will I take? Will I take Glindor? I'll take Karina, because she's like the least sucky of the. Like, Jacob is fine, but I don't know if I want to take him into a difficult dungeon. Glindor is just. Ugh. You have to work so hard to make him not suck. Dwarven Blunderbuss, not a bad opening gambit. Not a bad opening gambit. I think I'm gonna go for it. Just take it with me. Dragon Ball though, Dragon Ball. No, very too consumptive. Too thirsty. It's a big thirsty weapon. One of those weapons that puts its lips to the straw and just gets sucking up the gas. Marvelous. Oh, let's start off with a shrine, I guess. Babu Bless. Praetorian. Magic Shield. How big is it, though? Wow. I think that's like 5 points of shield. I mean, pays off in the long run, because you get it back every fight, so... Sure. See, I knew it was there. I think it's actually the better idea, because it's a fire weapon, and these guys are not into fire. Gosh. Stop spawning in this corner! I'm trying to pick up my loot! Oh, yeah, that's a really good one to get this early. Oh, that's so good! Should have just left it there. I might have gotten good omens and no other good choice. You know what? I kind of like this shield I got. Gives me a free hit. Don't forget, it doesn't count against your health, I think, for the purposes of max health things, because it's not technically your health. Don't hide in a corner, dude. Gosh darn wizards with your gosh darn magic missile. Magic missile. Got another perk. Overload. Well, considering that this is on hit, like not on taking health damage. Considering I got a free shield, might as well. Also got some barrier out of it, so. Don't be wasteful. Especially not in times like these. The mana economy's in shambles, kids. Absolute shambles. For some reason I'm reminded of Astroneer, which was a cute game while it lasted, but gosh, did that game just fall apart at a certain point. It's one of those games that didn't actually do anything that it needed to be more interesting, which is, it's all about progression. And the progression is so limited because of how the resource system works that it just can't do much, and I'm just sad thinking about Astroneer. Doesn't it make you sad, Mr. Deadman? I mean, I got an on-hit effect, so I might as well go for it. So what do I got? I got experience boost, I got a damage boost, I got things to make damage not as bad, so... It's a nice gel of things. There's quite a few rooms over here, too. I said it. I said it. I shouldn't have picked up... Shouldn't have picked up the key, because I would have got good omens. Chances are pretty much percentile, but gosh. Well, can you just not be set on fire or something? Or is it just not guaranteed? Well, it is a wand. Guaranteeing a status effect on a wand is a bit much. You know what I'd love? I think I'd love something with mana. I should have gone for Overload when I had the chance. Oh, hi there, Elite. Well, them's your lot. That's what I got. Here we go, Aido. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. what I need. Oh, yes, indeed. You're the one that I want. Fun move is getting a guy like this on the rebound, as it were. Oh gosh, this is gonna suck. Oh yes, indeed. You really just want to spam him down on the last section. Do I want an Oracle Keft? Do I want to test it? No, I think I'm gonna go for that fire rate. It's a sensible option right now. Although I do need mana help, but I got 2 weapons and they're both pretty slow. Not my personal favorite, but it's not a bad one. Look at that book. Look at that. It's got a little curly page. It's waving in the winds. Bookmark, cool diagrams. Cool. Yeah, it reaches a bit high. Higher than I put it, at least. Like, everyone but Glindor can, generally speaking, keep constant mana uptime with just 2 weapons. But Glindor, he can't do it with 3, and that's with buffs to his... You swap weapons faster, you get a speed after getting hit. I like this one, though. It gives me extra mana, and it makes my weapon swapping, which I do a lot, a bit faster. Especially if I'm going to get a weapon that's like a quick toss-out, like Fire Weaver. Then I don't even care about then I might as well just get overboost. Wow, thanks. Okay, now you're invincible to that. Movement speed, extra damage for 3 seconds. I mean, it lasts a bit longer. So now I have 2 multiplicative stacking bonuses to my... Because it's all multiplicative, by the way. This is not an additive game. So those 2 do not become 70%. They become a bit more than that. Which makes them slightly weaker, I think. But who cares? Oh, gosh, you're an acid guy. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I should have gotten that mana barrier one. As much as I prefer not to get hit, that's not a guarantee that I won't. You are the one I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Aw, and Good Omens pays its dues. Sure, let's throw some stuff under the shrine. God's Cloth. Damage resistance increased by 15%. Woo! got the little lighting effects. Oh, got the little thing going on. Handsome. What perks do we get today? Nah. That's a good one. I'm using this gun a lot. It's my boss killer because it does so much good, like, burst damage. You're looking over the wall for a lady. I'll get the X-ray. How many floors? 4. So if I'm going to go for any scholars, I better go for them fast, because I'm not going to get any mileage out of them soon. Ooh. Didn't know the single target and that was that high. I always hate the skull round. Would you like to participate in the skull round? What a weird world. Gosh darn this wall! So again, that efficiency is worth it. I think the game is actually trying to shunt me, which is why that works out the way it does. It's trying to shunt me or something. I don't know what the heck. I think it's a new movement system, and they haven't quite figured. So recently, one of the patch notes is that they changed how you interact with the environment, and I think what's happening here is pretty bad. Switcheroo. Just remove switcheroo. It sucks. All right. 2-1 projectiles, and they do 12 damage each. Who cares? Who cares? Who actually thinks that's something useful? Yeah. Originally, these were just easy to cross. Now they're just kind of painful. Your character seems to constantly want to slip off. And I think that's because whatever they did for the movement system is far more aggressive in trying to shunt you out of a sticky situation. Like, you're walking into a wall and it, like, tries to do that. And as a result, when you hit this, it just doesn't know what to do with itself. Clarity of Mind, not a good one, not a bad one either. I mean, it's not my best spell, but I really like Warlock here. Because I have been having a little bit of a mana sippy issue early on. Might as well have some extra. I mean, I got a good omens, so I can always just hoard the key. And because why wouldn't you? If you got good omens, you might as well just leave it there. I do like that every status effect has its own unique screen vignette. It's one of those neat deets. Should go on the wiki. Brulak. What makes him a surgeon? Who knows? Science may never know. Did I hurt myself with that? Because that'd be ridiculous and stupid. AoE tends to be understood as being not friendly projectiles, but just, you know, explosions. You can't avoid them. It'd be funny if you could eventually move fast enough that you could kill yourself with your own explosions. That'd be hilarious. Not your own explosion, your projectiles. You can just walk straight into your own bullets. You're using Doombringer. You walk straight into it. Everyone gets a good chuckle out of that one. No extra DPS from the fire. Might as well use the big gun while I got it. Another perk. Another day, another dollar. Ooh, a staff. Glad I get that one because I don't have a vacuum. Having a lot of issues with enemies getting piled into each other, so I might as well focus on the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not bad. Another DOT. Hell yeah. And the magic sequence reveals itself. Don't know who blew him up, but that was not what I wanted. Thank you. I don't know why, but all these weird weapons. They make you think of Spyro and the Eternal Knight. The Legend of Spyro and the Eternal Knight. Don't forget, it's the Spyro Legend series in specific. Because it also had a whole bunch of weird elements. God dang it, Poison. You blew it. You blew it! Perk time. Dodge cooldown. Hell yeah. I'm gonna say no to 2.5 second. Them's the good uptime. God dang, I should use that. Do 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 do. The one that I want. guys are fire elemental, right? Thus they are weak. If you're careful, you can dodge in many directions. Yeah, I don't think I'm good on mana. Don't know what it is, but nowadays I'm just full on what I want. I wonder how hard it would be to mirror rooms in this. How well suited the engine is for. Would add a hell of a lot of variety to have mirrored rooms. Black orb. I think this is just if you do an elemental weakness, the target takes additional damage, which is alright, cool. Survive the enemy waves. No, I think it's just that the alchemy weapon is just very hungry, despite already having gotten an efficiency increase. Well, that's problematic. Very problematic. I wonder if they're going to add more, because the green uncommon enemies, sure, that's one thing. But give me something more, baby. So if I had a fire weapon, I think I would do 20% more damage. That's how that's supposed to work. Might as well go for different enemies and get them all poisoned. Just don't mess with DOT, man. If you're willing to put in the extra time to dodge, or switch targets effectively, DOT is where it's at. Even against bosses. It's not much, but it's enough. That's all it needs to be. See, if I use this against him, he take 20% more damage now, I think. Which is super good, because it makes fire enemies a breeze. Also makes that I want to have more elementals. Damage charge. Oh, I have fire. I have a wand that's now actually 20% better as a result of this. I'm going to pick up range increase. I think I'm going to go with this. Just the sensible option given what's going on. Do I like this stick? Yes. Poison just did a whole bunch of leveraging. Also, I just noticed that things that you have completed are gray on the map. Like, I got the key, I got this thing. If you're going to do that, don't rely on color, ever. Don't. Just don't. We live in a post-color blindness being nice world, so please, just put a little X on it or something. Or a little circle, like, ooh, you completed. Here's a circle. We're past the time where you can just get away with the color thing, but that's small changes. Small changes. Also, that's a lot more work than just making it go a different color. Hell, black it out. Just make it completely black. It's just a silhouette of what it once was. No one can mistake that. No color blindness can make you see a black color as a light color. And if it can, then just what is going on in those beautiful eyes of yours? That you are capable of interpreting things in such a very, very incorrect fashion. Because brightness is one of the rare few things where qualia don't really come into play, you know. It's one of those things. There's a whole bunch of these guys. I don't know if... this is where I like having, like, homing weapons, because I don't like aiming at these guys. Gosh, me and this new vulnerability upgrade really feels like I'm going to be going like, hey GM, is this guy weak to my enemy? I want to roll my extra 1d6. I want to roll my extra 1d6. Oh, thank goodness. Now I can do that with impunity. That's all I ever dreamed of. Oh, and I got nimble! that's so good. That's such a strong combo. You're not likely to get it, but if you do, it's amazing. You weak to this? That did a hell of a lot of damage. Or it was all high rolls. Actually, I'm starting to think that maybe... I mean, to be fair, this is a very fast game with a lot of damage happening, so DOT need to be competitive. Like, a lot of people go, but listen, it's as much damage as... Yeah, because it has to be. Because the player is going to... If the player's going to utilize DOTs, you got to make them worth something. Because if you make them worthless, you might as well just not have them. That's how it works, developer. You have to make concessions and compromises, and you have to accept that sometimes things are good. The downside is it doesn't work on everyone. Things that are resistant to it are immune. That's the trade-off. Is that every single DOT is elementally based, thus I can't use them all the time. Please, just have poison on you. That's all I wanted from Christmas. I think goblins are weak to poison because they're living creatures, and poison sort of the anti-life. And Agatha's stupid AoE is still the most bullshit thing in this fucking game. I mean, there are certain, you know... There are definitely certain perk buffs and combos that are probably worse. But I think Agatha's like the worst boss as a result of that shitty AoE of hers. Mostly because she constantly moves towards you with quite a significant speed. And they have to avoid this huge area. Like, without Nimble, you cannot consistently do it against her. She's just going to destroy you. She becomes more of a health tax than a boss fight. And her dress glitches out. But that's, you know, a fashion problem. Can't help you there. Speed increases by 25%. So, does this mean that my speed increases while I'm airborne? Because I think that's it. Because otherwise 25% increase is a bit much.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it's Como. Hello, Mo. I thought you weren't feeling it.
I'm not.
Good. We're just gonna sit here then?
Probably. You can stream if you want.
I am streaming.
No, you're not. Well, at least not on Discord.
Not on Discord, no, because I'm already streaming on Twitch. I'm not gonna stream for 2 places at once.
Alright, fair enough. Let me find your...
I mean, I can actually. I think I can. My computer can handle it. It's a big beefy boy, but...
Don't worry.
Well, actually, I'm gonna turn off the heater because with all this on, it's gonna get warm here anyway. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this evening. It's candy evening. That's a tough call. So I like that the bottom doesn't have a bottom because it's a staff and it's otherwise too big. Defeat all the computer fighters.
Still have no idea what that means.
It's from Smash. I don't know which one, but it's one of the old ones. And I think it's actually the first one. Oh, that's the curse sound. I was wondering what kind of swirly swirls are going on in my ear.
Now, admittedly, this is the first time I see this, but this reminds me a lot about the that little cats with guns game.
Gunfire Reborn?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are similar in nature, yes. Both roguelike FPSs.
That's neat.
Although unlike that game, I'd say there's a bit more to the weapons. A bit more weirdness.
Yes.
Also, Ziggurat came first. So the sequel technically came first. In
Fair
spirit!
enough. Yes.
This game is supposed to have God rays, but I turned the settings low because the first time I booted up, it was like, wah!
Sounds like my computer too. Well, I mean, what other game you have where you have a grenade launcher dragon that you slap on the ass to reload?
Who knows?
So I guess it is more about weirdness and stuff.
Cornucopia, more words in the next combat. Nice.
They love putting the cornucopia imagery on like multivitamin sort of posters here.
Why? I don't see the association.
Well, it's like, you know, a bunch of fruits and vegetables and all the greens and whatnot are floating
Oh,
out of
in
the
that
cornucopia.
sense.
It's like, oh, you know, it's multivitamin, whatever.
Vitamins.
Yes.
Don't forget to drink your vitamins.
I try not to forget to.
Like, Gunfire Reborn is a whole, like, elemental mechanic that's based on damage type, which I gotta say is a bit more immediately readable than this is, where you don't generally even know what the hell you're dealing with.
True enough. Man, I should probably switch to a different region real quick.
I wonder if this game is gonna have co-op, because every gosh darn indie sequel's like, we have money now, let's buy co-op.
And co-op is fun. Party games in general are fun, especially something like mostly casual. Okay, let's see if this is a little bit more smoother. I'm gonna have to restart the game. By the way, Twitch still refuses to send me a password reset link. It sends every other type of email, like remind me which account name I used. Just immediately available, like 2 seconds later. Request password change? Fuck off.
No. As much as the Magnus rifle is fun, it's just a sniper, and right now I like this thing a bit more. Bit more broad utility. Large floor.
Still a little bummed about yesterday. Got into an argument about fucking video games of all things.
With whomst?
Just on the server.
The server with
People-
the dweeb ears?
Yeah, something like that. Point is, I brought up, well, they were talking about the whole, like, the newer Dooms games, and I said, hey, I didn't like those very much, and they, for some reason, assumed that I meant that these games suck.
Well,
And
to be
so I
fair,
had
you
to
did just
reiterate
insult them
what-
personally. You did just
Yeah.
insult their brand affinity.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to spend like half an hour trying to reiterate that me not liking like the design decisions that they put into these games doesn't reflect on their choices or on the game's quality or whatever. Like, it's competently made. You know, I just fucking hated it.
Unfortunately,
go
following
anywhere,
several
and it's been-
successful marketing schemes, America, your brand is now who you are as a person. Your value is entirely
Yeah,
measured in your
really.
consumption.
Yeah.
Therefore, people just, you know, Also, games take a lot of energy and investment on on your front. So unlike a movie where it's a more passive entertainment, a lot of people put in way too many hours. I mean, I like Doom a lot, but if you don't like it, well, guess what? It's fucking ancient. People have moved on.
Yes.
I'm not gonna sit here saying it's the best game ever. Like some people think Ocarina of Time is somehow gonna be a holistic, timeless classic. Nothing is timeless, not even the classics. If anything, especially
Yes.
the classics. They're classics,
Yes.
and therefore they inspire the future. Therefore, they are refined, and newer versions are better.
The only way a classic has held up well is if you give it to a modern player who has no experience with anything and they enjoy it. Like if basically the requirement is to be a crusty old man who basically thinks everything new is shitty to enjoy this, then it hasn't held up well.
If the only way to enjoy Doom is either to buy a source port or to play it on an actual DOS machine, that's also an argument.
Yeah. Like you can appreciate these games for what they were.
Just not for what they are.
Yeah.
That's a cool linguistic trick you can pull on people.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like these games were not designed for the current year.
Current year argument? Did you just make a current year? Oh.
Yeah, it's the current year. Everything must be changed to my immediate fucking liking because it's the current year, obviously.
Como, please do not... Listen, history is for the history books. The history doesn't happen in my lifetime. Like, I think a lot of people forget this very important detail. History is like, God, people don't know how long time is and how much long time they've already been through.
Yes.
Let me put this in front of you. Every year, we're 1 year further away from some significant historical event that you consider to be the most important thing ever, and its chances of that just being in a history book goes up. History is being made right now all around you. Your history. That's not just a way to tell someone you're going to kill them. It's also just part of it.
You can also tell them that you're going to kill them.
I mean, I could just straight up issue a threat, but it's hard to explain to the police.
That would be an interesting D&D threat, I think. It's like, I'm going to kill you so hard you're going to end up in history books.
I'm going to put you in the settings splat book.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Kanan, put up those dukes, or you're getting...
All right. All right, Mr. Evil Guy. I have good news and a bad news. First, the good news is that you're going to end up in a history book.
Bad news is it's going to be pretty damn fast.
Yes, they're going to name a whole ass spell after me after I'm done with you. I mean, I already have a fucking tail attachment named after me, which is neat, even though it's only in like 2 games.
There's also Silicus Scorcher.
There's also that, yes.
The fact that you know that spell just makes me giggle, because that's a whole other game.
I know, but I watched them.
I would like to point out that concept, that moment right there, that is D&D in the olden days. Someone goes, hey, there's this dude who just made a spell, and it's just in the canon now, in this whole room.
Yeah, that's good. Like, I hate that this doesn't happen these days more often.
I hate that they didn't make the names in 5th edition after the characters they used to playtest the game.
Yes.
Instead they use it for a setting that no one's ever heard of, that they're still not making official content for.
Yes.
But no, I'm not counting fucking Saltmarsh. I'm counting official splat books, which they don't make. Therefore, I will always be right, because I made a calculated decision.
Yes.
You might say that's cheating. I say it's just being smart and stipulating definitions that you cannot overcome. And you might call that cheating.
I mean...
I made the rules, and I did not break them. There's a difference.
If you don't have a fucking Tensor's disc or something of the sort named after you, why are you even playing D&D? What are you even
Why the
doing?
fuck does it even have Tensor's disc? The carrying capacity 5 is so nonsensical, you might as well just not bother.
I know.
They might as well have given it some fun side utility.
No, but, what if you just want to float around?
Well, Como, what if you want like a
Give
spell
yourself-
named after you? What would you, if you could have like one spell of any level you want named after you? Would it be like a spell that gives you a flaming tail that you can use to whip people with, or something?
I don't know. I'd probably focus on something with Undeath again, because that's what I do. Some kind of resurrection spell that not necessarily like brings back undead, but it's like, hey, it requires a willing soul, but you can be brought cheaper than resurrection.
I got a fun one for you. Argus's agonizing appendage. It's a flaming tail.
That would be awesome, actually.
But it hurts you. Because it's burning your butt.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got an extra tail whip to make attacks with.
Yes.
Now, probably make
I
like a bonus
still-
attack. You could make a bonus attack, a melee attack. Nice
A
combo.
bonus attack to ignite it, probably.
No. The spell is to cast it, and then you just on your turn you have a bonus action to make an extra powerful melee attack with using your spell modifier too.
Sounds good. Sounds actually fun because it gives a martial option to.
It gives you something to make people that are close to you go away.
Yeah, and additionally, what are fucking wizards using bonus action for anyway?
Misty Step. Ever since Misty Step was invented, the answer is always and only Misty Step. Misty Step was a very bad idea, and they did it anyway. Like, seriously, Misty Step changed everything.
But everything changed when Misty stepped.
The problem I have with Misty Step is that it's a pretty cheap spell. It's a bonus action. You can use it to disengage. You can use it to teleport. It doesn't have any restrictions, so you can theoretically teleport through a keyhole or a window. Oh, hell yeah. My fun weapon just became funner. I wish the weapon actually became golden. Like, they put a crappy golden shader on it. Like, it doesn't have to look good. It just has to look like it fits the perk you just picked up.
Yes.
Not all that glitters is gold. And that includes fool's gold, which is also known as pyrite.
There's actually a song about that. Or several, really.
Yeah, and so I wanted to look up if it was the Meteor Men or the Media Men. I still think about that. Man, I wish I had Spectral Bolt. It's a nice little homing attack.
But it didn't drop for you?
No, there are a lot of weapons. Like, the odds of getting specifically the weapon you want without picking it at level start selection, nope.
Lame.
At the very least, there's also wide, so this is going to work out great. Like, I like that this kind of horror tends to spread out a bit more because they're just wandering idly. Whereas with chaser enemies, they tend to be more closely clumped together in lines. So there's a difference between different masses of enemies.
Yes.
It's a really weird thing to think about, and I hope they don't fix that with something stupid, because as it stands, it means that every weapon has some sort of use. And if you lure them around, you can get the enemies in bundles, so you can have explosions do a better job. Like, In a good game, there's a variety of situations, even if you have simple AI. Emergent behavior. Get birdoids in here, baby. Ask Gabe Newell about the birdoids he made in Half-Life, and just put him in. I like that they put birdoids in that game, and they're like in 1 or 2 or so rooms. It's just that little weenie enemy that floats around Zen has birdoid AI associated with it. Well, it doesn't sound like much, but it's like AI that's supposed to replicate natural bird movement. So it's like, why would you put that in? And it's like, well, we could. Keep forgetting I have a wand, but... Who goes first? Well, you probably. Oh yeah, I ignore elemental resistances. So I can just do that and not care. Man, that feels good.
Does your mana get restored?
I have Equalizer, so any mana I pick up gets pushed between all of them, so who cares? I'm also not Glindor, so I'm not constantly sipping away my mana with a straw for fun. Glindor sucks so bad. Like, what do you get for constantly losing mana and being slower? Well, you get more hit points and you get some more health back on things. And well, you can't use your weapons any of the time. I love that I get this on the last floor. That's a good one, actually. Gain experience when picking up coins. Sure, why not? This is the last floor, so none of those were all that great. Big floor, though. Big floor. In the original game, the maps are not that detailed. I really like that they made it more detailed like this, so now I can actually read what the hell you're getting into. A lot of the original design has been still there, but refined. More carrots. More carrots! I really wish this game had a section that's like, okay, this is how experience works. This is how much experience you need. This is how much experience you get. Just some basic math. Like, do I have the same experience amount every level, and it's really just a matter of getting enough of it? Or does it go, the requirement go up over time? Does enemy drop rate go up over time? These are all important and interesting questions. I can't find the answer yet. You should put a glossary in. People can go, I have the answers now. Because while it's cute to go, well, the player should figure that out on their own, it's also a cop-out answer. You literally had to write the fucking math for this game to work. The math is in there. You can tell me. It's literally less trouble to tell me than it is to obfuscate it behind abstract bars. I wish I was kidding, but trust me on this. It's more effort to program in a progress bar than it is to just put in the numbers. Although, it depends. If you have one of those weird UI elements that's like, no, the numbers is too numbery. And you want to make the number look good, because number alignment is kind of important to make it look snazzy. There's a lot to it. Video game development can be as complex as you want it. But hey, jump pads. I don't remember this from the old game. Forge me. Here we get a big scary boss roar. Wait, does that mean I can set you on fire now? I can set you on fire! Don't know if I always could, but I never tried, because, you know, obviously the fire boss. Not all that glitters is gold. I'm
I
picking
can
up
respect
all the
someone
mana.
who is wearing goggles, even though they do nothing.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Yes. Hey, you can vault ledges. That's neat.
Yes, they added that. Skill recharge is faster, sure. Right as I finish the level. This probably looks way better if the graphic settings weren't set so low. Oh no, what a few shaders could do for you. Mantra. Spell usage reduced. Elemental Master. 20. Ooh, I like that one. Heavy Armor. Wow, Glindor, you're looking less and less appealing with the moment. Freezing Touch. Ha. I'm Frost from that video, from the hit crap game. What was it called again? Warhavers? War Structure? Something like that. I don't know. Who cares?
Yes.
The game is shit. Who cares? But the game isn't shit. The game became shit by virtue of being made by shit people.
The base game is still okay. It's just that the developers have fucking unmedicated ADHD, and also they refuse to hire me. So you know, fuck them. That's their own problem.
If you don't hire Como and you had the chance, you know, it's your fault if you came. If you don't hire someone to keep a tight lid on everything, you're eventually gonna make a mistake. You know what? I really want to try. Oh, I don't have enough money to get the special effect. Oh no! I really want to go and try. No, not this. I want to go and try one of the extra modes. Performed every 10 winter. Unlocks. Apparently, there's also specific unlocks for this one. Let's go with Argon. Pargon. 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 Pargon.
Oh my god! Don't remind me about that game. The spells in that were super weird.
They were neat. You had to combine verbs and such.
Yeah, that was nice. It's just that pronouncing them every fucking time was annoying.
Shouldn't have just made it not words. Like, keep the length if that's important to the game flow, but You know. Oh heck, we just start with garbage, and I get a random weapon. This is so much better than the base game because I don't have to make any decisions. All right, Mr. Argonian, let's see how I do. Nice and vanilla, without any of the upgrades.
Yeah, by the way, got an update on that other game. The dude that basically told us to make one-shot characters.
And did he say no?
No, I'm doing a rogue scout rogue, and he basically said, "Yeah, that's good." I put it together on, dude. Fucking what was it again? What's that service again? Dragon something? I don't remember. With like all the stuff. Hold on. Where's the server? Freaking D&D Beyond. There you go. D&D Beyond lets you build a character like in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Now, admittedly, I already knew what I wanted from this character, but that was super quick.
I wonder how much better 4E would have been received if they had their D&D Beyond ready in time. Because 4E was intended to work with a system like that. Oh, fuck, these are the jalapenos. They look too much like the carrots. Like I'm a little colorblind and I don't like it. I can tell them apart, but I don't like it. Again, the colorblindness of this game, colorblind friendliness of this game is a bit low at the moment, but that's all fun stuff you do later. You totally shouldn't consider the, those aspects early on in your development so you can keep track of them ahead of time. No. Everything you should just cram in at the end. It'll go all right. I'm a professional developer. I can tell you. Okay, if I have to say I'm a professional developer, I have to tell you it's actually the worst idea you can have. It is a ridiculous idea to think that you can put in usability features and accessibility features at the end without considering them ahead of time. Just saying that's like the worst way to implement them. Just there might be some fundamental changes regarding character design and UI layout that might need to be considered that you can't just patch out with a couple of minor tweaks, which is why you have to consider these things ahead of time. Set your design goals ahead of time so that you can keep track of them ahead of time so that they don't cost as much to fix later.
Yes.
Oh. This is what happens to you when you know what you're talking about. You just get mad at everyone.
Yes.
Get out of my way.
I got that a lot.
Pretty woman. Get out of my way. I can get a random perk. Who cares? Like, I don't know what kind of accessibility features they have in mind, like how much you're actually going to care about that, but, if you care, you should care ahead of time, not when it's fashionable. That goes for just about anything in life, really. If you did something before someone asked, you generally are received better than the other way around. I wish I could be a consultant. Your whole job consists of telling people they're wrong.
Dude, I work as a teacher, and my job consists of telling people they're wrong.
Yeah, but a teacher's slightly different because culturally it's ingrained that teachers you can yell at for no reason.
Also, funny thing, they technically hired me as that for 4A.
Wait, did I just sacrifice a... No. There was a book on it.
But then they didn't listen to any of the feedback that I've given them. That was disheartening in a sense.
Damn.
It's like, hey, we hired you to listen to your opinions on things and to, get your feedback on stuff, but we're going to disregard all of it. Wasn't that fun?
We want your opinion, but only the parts where you agree, and it wouldn't cost us any energy to change anything.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the biggest issue that I faced. Well, that and being assigned to that stupid fucking Dead on Arrival project. I hated that so much.
Dead on Arrival project?
Yeah. So they invited me to work on one game, and then because that was still like in production, blah blah blah, whatever, it was still like early in development. They had a different project, like a B-side essentially.
Yeah.
For an exclusive thing for VR, and so I've been working on that. So because it was like such a shitty project that was pretty much ended up being responsible for all promotional materials, because the people they hired, the company Eisenberg, fuck them, um, from New York. It's a bunch of hipsters, with colored hair, with
Oh, they got the streak.
MacBooks.
They got the streak.
Yeah, yeah, with fucking MacBooks. Um,
Oh God.
and they said, "Hey, we're gonna take this much money and we're gonna make you everything as you've requested." And then they took the money and they didn't do anything as requested. They fucked up everything, and I had to redo everything they had done basically for free, which is hilarious.
Which you can get stuck behind there? That's great.
This is so fucking stupid. But yeah, this project would fail. It was started in 2015 because Oculus decided, hey, we want our own personal badass video game with like AAA budget and AAA plot and everything, because VR games have been really just mini games up to that point. And they said, hey, we want to do something big. We want to have still like a market share with that shit. Prove to people that VR is not just stupid mini game bullshit for kids. And it fucking failed miserably. And then Valve came out with the stupid fucking Alex and did what they wanted to do way better. That's so weird.
Como. What the hell is this meme band just posted? Water floats on concrete and it puts on concrete shoes. That feels like it's supposed to be a better.
There's a stupid meme that has been taking the internet by storm.
As they
Which
all
is
do.
essentially, cover yourself in oil. It's like, remember from like 2012, the troll comics or whatever, troll face comics, troll science. So, oil floats on water. Fucking cover yourself in oil, wait for the rain to start, and then just fly because, the oil will push you up in the rain. So this is a combination of that.
Yeah, I got an amulet for once. That's nice. Oh, mana stone. Okay, that's more mana. And that's chance to ignore wounds. Worth more.
Chance to ignore wounds. That's funny.
Man, I'm glad that that one game of yours is actually coming through. How nice.
I'd like to think that it will. A couple people actually dropped out because they weren't satisfied with either the time frames or specifically like the hoops they had to jump from.
They were like, hey, I'm better than this. Oh.
Yeah, so I think this guy actually, despite everything, has the right idea. Because he's basically clearing out the people, or at least forcing them to clear themselves out, that are not interested in actually playing the game the way everybody else wants to play it.
Nice. That is a fantastic move, and I'll be stealing at some point.
Sure, go ahead.
So what are you going to be again? Rogue Scout, was it?
Yeah, in a one-shot.
Oh my.
And then I'm going to decide based on the team composition. But I have ideas. I have a couple builds that worked well in the past. And if he lets me do minions, I'll just run the good old box standard fucking Argus.
Heck. Wouldn't that be nice? Getting to do that with someone who isn't Opti.
Yeah, that would be fucking fantastic. He's like, I don't want evil characters. It's like, okay, but what about more lawful neutral?
If he ever asks, like, listen, I don't trust that, you just send him to me and I'll go, listen, he has been the only nice guy in a campaign where everyone started joining up with the Nazis. So when he says lawful evil, he's basically talking lawful good. So just let him do what he wants, man. Listen, he's going to be the single most moral person in the group. He's going to be the only one who actually thinks about shit. He's going to go, Jesus Christ, you idiots, why did you do that? You'll want him, trust me. He's underselling himself.
You should write my fucking resumes. You should. Goddamn, what was that stupid fucking news article? It's like, guy went to his work and they were firing him or laying him off or something, and he hired an emotional support clown to go with him. I'm just gonna bring you in, and we're gonna just
Emotional
he DM'd with me. Like,
support
if you don't trust me, this guy has a better way with words.
I had a whole party of lawful good characters, and the only person who didn't sign up with the Nazis was this guy.
Yes.
No, chaotic good, because the Nazis are technically lawful evil, so a lawful good person might sign up with them, but chaotic good would never go that way.
Yes.
If you're chaotic good and you sign up with the Nazis, I would like to know your life story and how exactly nuanced your morality is, that you are like all for freedom and change and that kind of stuff, and you signed up with a team that's like, we want to create an eternal lasting empire that never changes, never does anything. And also, we're going to just arrest people for kicks. Authoritarian kicks. The most chaotic good thing in the world is authoritarian kicks.
Dude, if you wanna live in a place where nothing ever happens and everything is always good, I can like send you to heaven right now.
I got a fridge you can sit in.
Oh my god. Oh shit, I had a reaction image for that specifically. A guy with like laser eyes blurred running towards a fridge. It's great. I think I picked it from the comments to a shitpost bot 5K memes of all of the places. There was something like Squidward locks himself in a freezer to
Oh,
see the
yes.
future.
Yes.
Yeah, and there was something like anime cat girls or there or something like genetical engineer anime cat girls, and somebody posted a picture of basically a guy fucking just bull rushing towards a fridge with laser eyes. It's like, yes, I'm gonna freeze myself.
To be fair, there's a lot of people frozen. I wonder if the companies that promise to freeze them forever are still operational, because, you know.
They are operational, but you know, like, what are the odds, right?
What are the odds? The odds of the company going bankrupt are far bigger, considering it's basically a Ponzi scheme of getting yourself frozen, like a popsicle.
Yeah.
Ah, man, the Spirit one. So nice. Spirit. Oh,
That's
so
why. That's why I'm playing. I'm planning to obtain immortality in a different way. We're just basically just getting in a history book, but yeah. Unfortunately, my only lame claim to fame are very lame.
Your claim to fame is going to be the fact that you blew up the Mona Lisa. How about that?
Not really. I mean, true enough, but I believe my like crowning achievement is having a fucking name in the ending credits of a video game.
The Dwarven Blunderbuss, or do I want the Dwarven Blunderbuss?
And being responsible for like 90% of a certain tag on a fucking porn website. That's funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got your gun.
I got it twice. It's so nice. I got it twice instead of a stick. So I can use my green mana.
But is it the same gun or like other stats slightly different?
It's possible that the stats are different. Like, sometimes when you pick up a weapon, you get something like Golden Weapon. It only applies to that specific instance of the weapon, so. Man, I really don't like how so many AoEs are just a little too big.
Yeah.
Everything is just like, you either gotta get on the fucking money or you're gonna get hit. Like, maybe if there were more consistent... Because walls do stop Agatha's little loud yell, but it never feels good because it's just small enough. Well, show me your dudes, dude. Double.
These cacodemons look kind of cute.
Yes. I got to choose a perk. I had to remember that I had Siphon, because I'm Argo. If you design a game good, the inclusion of new assets should not be a problem. Finally, a staff. Like seriously, if you design a good foundation, adding new tiles should just be slapping on a couple of spawn points, putting on a nice little entrance, and bam, you can just throw it in. Although with nowadays, with all the weird shaders and light point sources and all that kind of stuff, and also making the atmosphere feel good, and there's a lot more work to do, they think. I really can't wait for Loading Ready Run's next tabletop thing with Vampire the Masquerade, mostly because I'm curious to see that system in action. I showed you it, right? Not a drop of blood?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, heck, I gotta show you that right now. Not a drop of blood. I showed you there, session 0. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to play it. I just want to show him here. Keanu Reeves is extremely horny.
Yes.
That's his butt.
Yes.
Oh no. No! No! Don't do that to the man. Please! Baby, please! Don't! I don't need that. I don't need that. What I really didn't need, and it's still burnt into my fucking skull, is Ban posting that god-awful picture of fucking TikTokers filing their teeth down. What the fuck is wrong with those people? How do you do that and not go, this is wrong? How do you take a fucking nail file to your teeth and turn them into those monstrous goblin teeth and not somewhere down the line just squink yourself out? Jesus! I want to kill them. They look like monsters.
People have good dental plans, I guess.
They don't. The article was specifically about how this is going to fuck their life up permanently. But it's all for those TikTok views, am I right, kids?
Well, I mean, if you sponsor your dental plan with your TikTok views, right?
I don't even know what TikTok's monetization platform is, if there is any. I think right now it's just stupid kids wanting to be famous.
That's probably just it. Well, I mean, there's probably Patreon or like OnlyFans or whatever.
Man, I still think about those teeth, and I just keep wondering, what the hell is it like to close that mouth? Like,
Have you ever seen the gosh, what was it again? Sleepy Hollow or something? I don't remember. Basically, Headless Night movie.
Oh yeah.
With Johnny Depp.
No, but I
Yeah,
recall
the
the
guy
story.
fucking filed his teeth like that. In that. He got his head cut off because a fucking little girl snitched on him, which was funny.
That explosion is a bit too flashy. God dang it! This new movement system doesn't know what to do with walls quite yet. Whoa! Whoa!
It's weird that there's just lava on the floor like that. That looks a little stupid.
He looks like a dummy.
Yes.
There he is.
Also, you have to find the last one before the door even opens. Alright.
Well, once you get close enough to the end, it automatically just shows you all enemies that you can't see with the red outline, but that's only when you're at the end, so the wave counter needs to reach 0 first.
Gross. The designs in this are competent. They're kind of basic bitch, vanilla, generic bullshit, but hey. Man. Fucking... I'm just dreading that, like, a few months from now, the people who I apply to who basically ignored me would actually catch up with this stuff and respond. That would be awkward.
If
They probably won't.
If more than a week goes by and they still come by, then things are weirder for other reasons.
Yeah, probably. Oh, there you go. There's the red outlines. That's neat. Like, hey, here's this vaguely Egyptian tomb. Why don't we put some fucking Western European knights in this, right? Wouldn't that be fucking funny? Falcon wings. Neat.
I think it's using the progression that I already unlocked in the main game for this game. That's neat.
Wait, there's the main game?
Yeah, the main game that yeah.
specify.
This is another side mode, Como, where you go through endless floors. You don't get to pick equipment ahead of time.
Ah, fair enough. Well, I haven't caught up with that playlist at all yet, so.
I literally only have one video in it, and that's like my first look, little looper. And the stream that I'm not going to upload because it's full of negativity. And
Why?
weird chit-chat. Because Corridon showed up, and you start bringing up all kinds of subjects.
Yeah, Corridon does that.
I mean, there was some neat stuff in there, like... Apparently there were game masters in EverQuest 2 that were paid to give out live quests and stuff. But to get them, you had to go to a special server that cost 4 times as much. And people were like, well, what? Why am I paying 4 times as much? It's, well, there's a live dude here. You're paying for a fucking game master. Like, an actual physical game master hosting a game for you is more expensive than that, so you're getting a good deal here.
Yes.
Like, hey, you got a canon person giving you a canon world to canon with. Ooh, we're gonna rub those 2 dolls together.
Speaking of which, by the way, I still think that at least some of my advice was reasonable.
What?
You gotta try building up an audience. You could try that the MCDM or something website. They allow you to promote your stuff in your streams and whatnot, so I don't see why not.
Because it's
Try
just
it a few times with your like new games, Sundays or whatever. I'll put in my A game for Sundays.
I don't even record or stream the Sunday one, man. Little Falls was off the books.
No, I understand, but what if you try specifically on this one and say, hey, here's the stream. Would you like to come and watch? See, give criticism as to what is, fun to see, what is not fun to see. Just actually get some feedback and then build off of that. I mean, what's the harm in trying, right? You're going to get more players that like your style, maybe.
I like that I got Alchemy Pouch twice. So I gave.
Do they stack?
So I gave up some mana to get more mana. Yeah, no. They don't. As you can see, some of these things have levels. Like not Inner Wisdom, but this one has levels. So it's like level 2. So for every level, it gets 20.
Right.
Find the lock sequence. Okay, this is a bit of a high octane situation because I gotta hoof it. I must find the lock sequence after all. Oh, so far no luck. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Done with that. But I don't know, Como. I know that that's probably something that would help, but that's just...
You don't have to do it now.
No, it's just not something that I feel comfortable doing.
Why?
'Cause it's putting myself out there, Como. Like, intentionally
You
going
put
out there.
yourself out for players already. You already put yourself out for, job interviews and shit.
Yeah, but in this case, I'm going into a community chat. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Go look at me. And I don't feel good about that kind of stuff, Como. Bap.
What if I post links to the stream and stuff?
See, that I don't have a problem with, but I personally just am not comfortable with that kind of situation, especially for something like this. This doesn't feel as serious as real. Even job interviews I have issues with. It's just a massive hurdle for me to climb because I don't like being the initiator, the starter of situations and problems and peoples and stuff.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you make the next boss in your game the initiator, the starter of situations? And all they do is basically proc other players to respond to questions and stuff.
I am the initiator, starter of trials. So, Jim, how do you feel about that new Republican policy? And it just kills the table because everyone starts yelling at each other. And he just goes, nah, I killed you in the only way your defenses did not prepare you for real life. Nah.
Fucking fantastic.
If you're an antagonistic GM, it's the best way to do it. Because they can't fight that one with their dice rolls.
Sure it is. But yeah, I run this idea for Rogue Scout with a DM, and he said, well, that sounds a little apart. sure, fair enough. So I'm going for the Rogue Scout with a careful aim, and I'm going for a. We're starting a level 4 basically, and I'm going for a sharpshooter feat. So I'm going to be forcing advantage on my attacks, and I'm just doing sneak attack with plus 10 damage with a short bow. It's going to be fun.
Jesus. Well, if he gets too snippy, just tell him that that's not what you're gonna run in the game. Because this is just a one-off, I presume.
Yeah, it is specifically a one-off. He said, "Hey, create a character with like basic bitch backstory, nothing important, just for a one-off, because I want to get a feel of how." Like he did those interviews, right? He asked us about what we like, how we would, play for different situations. When I separated us into separate groups based on our styles of play and whatnot. Now he wants to see if we will actually work well together or not. We're gonna be doing the sheep one-off,
The sheep
where
one-off?
a wizard got turned into
Oh, a
into
sheep.
Sheep, yes, as in, a
I
ram.
thought you said sheep.
Well, I mean, shipping wars, right?
Am I right, gamers?
Yes. Man, it's such a shame that few games actually do the thing where wizards actually wear something other than, light armor or no armor. Fucking Elder Scrolls was neat. It's like, hey, our wizards, our battle mages have fucking heavy armor. That was so good.
I think Glindor wears heavy armor. That's the one guy, but you're alright though. Although one of them is technically a rogue, so maybe they can add heavy armor dude.
Man, such a shame about Bubba though. God damn.
Honestly, it just makes me think about. Remember that guy who was like, "Hey, I just want to play 2E. So if you're gonna do something not 2E, I'll leave." And it's like, but we are playing 2E, and he's still like, "Bye." I still love that conversation because something about it was just so stupid.
Well, he wanted an excuse, and then he realized that his excuse was just stupid, but he decided to.
But he decided to stick with it, despite the fact that we already caught on to him.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give him props for sticking to his guns.
Yeah. Funny. That's what Flynn said.
What?
At one point, we got into a stupid argument with Flynn because he brought up politics, despite the fact that we all agreed not to bring up politics. And at the end of it, he said, "Well, at least I respect you for sticking to your guns." It's like that's just, not. I don't even know what the word for that is.
Polite?
Like, I'm not trying to please you. I'm just saying this is the way I think.
That's just the way it is. Do 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 do.
That was so dumb.
Things will never be the same.
And I have ample opportunities to basically rub my point in their faces and say, "Hey, I was right," but that would be disruptive.
You know what?
I want to finish this campaign.
You know what I really think is the best the best situation for
What?
Baldur's Gate 3? Is that it's a good
What?
game in spite of the fact that it's 5e, just like every other good 5e module, of which there is one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like Baldur's Gate for one reason.
Oh my
And you know that reason, and it's a stupid reason, but it's a reason enough for me. Like, I don't fucking care about elves or humans or dwarves. Like, they're boring. I've had enough of them by 2000. Like, I don't fucking want them in modern games. Give me something neat. Give me some aliens. Give me fucking... Let me play as Illithid as an evil dude. Like, fuck it. It's like, no, you have to play a fucking tiefling. It's like, well, we didn't have the time to add, like, all those canon races into our game, but hey, we worked very hard to make fucking equipable purple beards for women. So progressive. Like, fuck off.
Who the hell is gonna spend that much money on beard dye at level 1? At level 10, you got the money for it, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just, like,
What the fuck
I'm
else
just
are
not
you gonna
entirely
spend?
sure even what kind of fucking like strategy is that? Are they trying to attract? It's like, oh, let's attract more girls by letting them fucking get murdered.
I don't think girls are
Wouldn't that be
scared away by
fun?
the fact that they can't play girls in games. I can
Yeah, I don't
assure
think
you,
that.
as someone who plays girls in games, that's not a point of contention.
I
Probably.
play girls in games all the time
If
too.
that's your fucking point of contention, you have weird priorities. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't I be a girl car in Rocket League? It's like, what?
Girl car?
Why can't I play a lemon? I'm of poor social class.
I identify as a girl car and my boyfriend is a dragon. Fuck it.
You can't
If
play
that
a.
is not represented in a game, then it's literally unplayable.
Yeah, that's the problem I have, is that there's lots of games that don't have you playing humans. So clearly the concept is just kind of silly to begin with.
Yeah. Well, they want a virtue signal or whatever. They have people on the team that they've recruited because, oh, you know, it's progressive
Well,
to have like that person on the
To
team.
be fair, Chromo, it is a role-playing game, so it does come down to, hey, your character, because what fucking else are you going to customize in 5e? Ha ha!
Exactly. You can't even play dolls very well with that.
It's like, oh man, I got the coolest haircut. And what does it do for you in terms of the story and the gameplay? Nothing? Okay, cool. Oh, you're a wizard. That doesn't change anything either. Sorry. Your DPS isn't going to change. Your actual tactics aren't going to change, because 5e just flat as a doornail. Sorry. Everything
Yes.
that's cool, they added themselves. Like I said, it's a good game in spite of the fact that it's 5e.
Yes. I like how they ported certain things, like, hey, Grease actually lights on fire now, from fucking Divinity.
I think
That was
I
neat.
think part of that may have been that you just couldn't get rid of it.
Is that
I
they couldn't get
personally
rid of
like
it?
to imagine that that was the problem. That they had grease and they were like, listen, I can't stop grease having to be flammable. It was programmed in the worst way. It's hard coded into the texture map.
It's spaghetti code from fucking 7 years ago. You're welcome to try to remove it yourself, but you know, when we remove it, the whole game collapses. It's literally a load-bearing bug.
It's a
You
load-bearing
remove this
grease.
bug and the whole game, yes, it's the whole game breaks down.
For some reason,
No, they just thought that it's like, hey, stuff should interact with each other. Like water can be electrified. In 5e, that doesn't happen. Like, nobody cares.
yeah. But you might say,
So
well,
I
there's no
guess,
systemic rule systems for it. And I'm going to tell you this: if there's no systemic rule system for it, then there's no guarantee that it will ever work anywhere ever. Like
Yeah.
the more you like, this is again that thing that Jim Davis brought up in his video. Is like 5e is an addition of of going. Oh, you can do this, of like very lighthearted suggestions and very little actual mechanical implementation, and that
Yeah.
feels bad after 6 years.
Yeah. When is the 6th edition coming out?
Never, because it's way cheaper
Why?
to just pretend that 5th edition is evergreen.
Oh, so they're going to be doing the whole thing like Windows is just going to be forever Windows 10 with like 10 billion upgrades.
Yep. This is the final operating system update for 5th edition. What did you change? Nothing, except you have to buy the new book.
Yeah, it costs 70 and it basically adds nothing except for a bunch of pandering. Fucking, you're welcome. It's like, but have you fixed any bugs? It's like, no, but now we don't have evil races.
No. In this new version of D&D, your character can have a purple beard. There's a feat for it.
Oh my god. No, that's fucking racist. You're no sexist.
What I like about
It's supposed to be free.
what I like about that argument is that the whole feat is just you get a purple beard, which mechanically implies you cannot have a purple beard unless you take this empty feat. You have to sacrifice a massive portion of your mechanical viability just to get a purple beard, and I love it. Oh wow, there's a big loop in the map. Wow, that's cool, because most generations so flat and branch based. It might not look like much, but it means a lot. I'm all for people having fun though. Again, it's a role-playing game. People want to play what they want to, and like beard and art assets like that are usually very easy to make. So it's like, who cares?
That's the weird part. I've seen a lot of GMs that are like super picky about stuff. It's like, well, what are you afraid of? It's literally a role-playing game. I want to role-play a certain way. Like, it doesn't seem to be disruptive.
Listen.
It's just like your personal fucking preference apparently is against that.
You tell that man that Galarian exists, and it's like, listen, this is a setting where there's dinosaurs, there's a primal jungle, there is guns, there is literally space, the elves are aliens. Your setting is not going to fucking die from my character having a weird haircut.
Yes.
So I think they get the purpose of the secondary now. It's to set things on fire so that they take the DOT. instead of actually just doing damage. Man, I can't wait for tonight. It's basically Thanksgiving because we don't do the burlap sack celebrations anymore with the gifts.
Burlap sack?
Yes. Saint Nick, I guess is what people like to call it when they have to cross the language barrier. It's like Christmas, but instead of Santa Claus and the chimney, they put a big bag of gifts in front of your door.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and like his parade isn't like the parade where it's like, hey, look at all these advertisements, buy our products, you fucking shits. It's just, hey, Saint Nick comes into different towns every year, and everyone gets to be like, oh, look, there he is, and all the kids are happy, and it's like, man, look at this wholesome,
This is nice.
wholesome thing. Why isn't wholesome things
Is any...
the Twitter account posting about this?
Oh my god. Well, because it won't let them pander.
Ugh, anyway, but I yeah.
Is anything getting cancelled, by the way, because of the Corvid?
I think a lot of stuff got downplayed, yes. And I think that because of this, you can't have like big family meetings. But other than that, I think everything's still available.
That's gross. Oh, speaking of which, fucking California did the thing. It's like you're not allowed to go outside after 10 p.m. because apparently COVID is more infectious after 10 p.m. Like it's literally sitting there with like a stopwatch.
I think it's more about accountability. It's because, but look at this orb that's inside the staff. If you look at it long enough, you start to see the texture missing map from from the Source engine.
Yes, which is fucking fantastic. It's great.
This is the staff. This staff's gonna peel that texture straight off, Buckaroo.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, but at the same time, you can give people HIV in California without any sort of like responsibility.
This is so cool. There's like 1, 2, 3 in a whole big loop. That's so cool.
Yes, I like when that happens in what was it again? Dungeon of the Endless. It's perfect. It's like you always know that you can start up research, right? And that's the last door, and it's gonna get immediately completed without you having to wait for like freaking forever.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that makes you feel cool.
It's like, hey, I planned ahead, and I did something nice. Like, hey, maybe I won't fucking horribly die today because of my stupid mistakes.
So
maybe I'll even finish the game.
So a really fun treat about Saint Nick is that you give people a chocolate letter that is their first letter of their name.
Oh.
Yes, you would get a K for Como. And they come in a lot of flavors. They used to just be like milk chocolate, like conventional chocolate. Now they're also in dark, pure, white. You can get them with like pepper nut stuff in it, or I don't know what the hell it's called, spéculoos.
See, that's the kind of progressive stuff that I like. It's like now there's more chocolate.
You can get
nobody screaming. It's like you can now have dark chocolate. See how progressive we are? Fucking praise us.
Well, there's also letters with like white snap and pop to them. Like, man, they had so much variety to that stuff, and I don't know why. You still can't fucking get them on the day itself or the day before. They're all sold out by then. Ugh.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to update you on Delta Green. The DM had a hysterical fucking seizure, basically.
What?
They were laughing their ass off to the point that they cried, and I had to take a moment again. And then our characters retired because we kind of botched the mission.
Aww.
Which was unfortunate.
Well, that
was a clusterfuck because it just... Yeah. It just... We couldn't really do much about it. I mean, obviously it was all... Oh, those are low souls. Neat. Everything was in the hands of the DM, but like it didn't work out. After that, we basically asked him, "Hey, what did we do wrong?" Because we really couldn't see like any possibility of recourse there. Like it just fucked up. And he said, "Well, you kept the handler in the dark." It's like literally last mission. I tried to update him on things, and he basically bitched and moaned about me calling him for stupid shit. It's like, well, we've discovered a monster in a location where the guy was supposed to only have like documents, and we're supposed to like liquidate them, but he had an actual fucking monster tied up, and like what are we supposed to do about it? And it's like, don't call me unless somebody dies. I'm like, okay. And then the police got involved, and I'm saying, hey, we should call him. And I call him. It's like, hey, local police is getting involved. What should we do about this? Could you like de-escalate this because this might be problematic? We just shot a monster that looked like a person but clearly a monster. and now they're pretending to be like a whiny old lady. And it's like, if the police gets involved, we're clearly the culprits here. And he's like, well, figure it out yourself. You literally have the fucking, FBI agent badges and everything. I'm like, okay. And so we didn't update him this time because we thought the shit that we would update him would be trivial. And then the local cult tried to assassinate us on multiple occasions as we had a fucking chase on a highway as we shot like 2 cops. Like, that was fucking insane. It's like, why didn't you call me? It's like, you bitched at me last time. Like, that was so weird. Oh. Anyway. God, that game was hilariously, like, insane. Mostly because the other player is Baba, so he has his, like, absolutely batshit insane character. And then there's my character, who is just a fucking idiot. And we make the DM cry every time we play.
How's Baba doing in that system, by the way?
Oh, they were doing absolutely fucking perfect. I mean, for what they were trying to do. Which is probably making the fucking DM cry.
Explain, because I'm...
Alright, so. First thing first. We do this little mission. We try to save our friend who was playing D&D with us. And they essentially were doing this, like, genealogy tree research. You know, the D&D history or whatever. And then they disappeared after making some discoveries about their ancestry. And so we went to investigate because supposedly they discovered ties to this one specific family whose patriarch actually, has the same name for like 20 different generations. And apparently it's the same guy or whatever. And it's like, it's an entire like inbred family or something. And so we went in there and looking for this chick. And then turns out it was a massive cult that was making sacrifices to like a monster tree in exchange for good crops, right? And they've abducted our lady basically as a sacrifice.
You know, as you do.
Yeah. So we saved her, and then this guy recruits us, and we get the handler who's like on the verge of insanity because he's seen some shit. And so as he explains, as he brings us up to speed on everything, basically, he takes out fucking like a bag of cocaine, just puts a line in and snorts it. And, like, my buddy is like, can I have some? So the DM was crying from that one, and then the other guy said, it's like, okay, well, you know, it's a joke, it's a stupid joke, fair enough. Like, is it okay for him to do this? And then I just turn to my buddy and say, it's a free country. People are allowed to fucking snort fucking cocaine on the job. I got a point of inspiration from that one. God damn it. Like, it's been... Okay, so there is this character called Max. That's Baba, right? And so he's batshit insane. He's just always going for the most insane things. Like, we go into this little, like, farm in the middle of nowhere, and we see people sacrificing, like, a pig to this, like, living tree. And he, like, turns to me and says, that's bigger than the fish people of Innsmouth. Just fucking... And every time, every mission, he would turn to me at one point, like once we get like the reveal, right? He would turn to me and he would say, that's bigger than the previous mission. That's bigger than the fish people of Innsmouth. That's bigger than the cult that's sacrificing people to the... That's bigger than the fucking, in say, church. I enjoyed his character immensely, even though he got us into trouble a lot of times. Like, Jesus, it was weird.
I really think that if I ever hold an Ironclaw game that you and Baba could be part of, maybe you should come back, because, you know, Ironclaw is nice and simple, and he seems to have a lot more fun when the system's not as blamey.
Probably, but...
you think I'm stupid?
No, it's just, like, not necessarily stupid, but, like, the character class. Because he said that he tried to speak to you on a few occasions, but that didn't work out. Like, either you didn't respond, or he maybe didn't make himself clear, or, like, he posted something in the chat expecting, like, a conversation, and nothing came out of that, so he was like... I don't feel comfortable asking things because it becomes awkward. And so he just never asks things. And then he gets upset that he doesn't get the things because he never asks for things. And it's like there's never a conversation. That's why I've been mostly trying to get you guys on the voice call, because at least you would, like, talk things out, maybe. So yeah, he oh gosh. What he said basically is like, hey, you know how when you talk to Flint, you don't want to talk about like politics, because that would just proc a very like unfun reaction from them. And he said that's kind of the reaction that I have when I'm trying to talk to Safi about D&D. Like I don't want to talk about D&D with Safi because that usually like he would call me a weenie or an idiot and blah blah blah. So it's kind of like that was the main complaint about the whole interaction thing.
Well, fair enough.
So, I don't know. I thought you would click together because you seemed like you would like get each other's points of view, whatever. But apparently that was not meant to be. So I don't know. I might invite him. He might join just for shits and giggles, but I'm not sure.
That said, any potential hypothetical Ironclaw game is going to take centuries to get to, though.
Yeah, I know. Well,
because we only have one game together.
Look, I have like maybe 10 good years in me, so we have some time.
Oof.
No, I don't know, Safi. Maybe I'll get like something like dick cancer like tomorrow. I don't fucking know. It's like always something new with this stupid body. I was like, hey, remember how your family didn't let you fucking gnaw on things as a kid when your teeth were growing? Well, get fucked. You now have to pay out of your ass to fix your fucking wisdom teeth because they didn't grow right because you didn't fucking chew on hard things as a child. Isn't that fantastic?
Jesus.
I was like, oh hey, remember that part where your mom fucking smoked when she was pregnant? Hey, how about you how do you like how do you like the sound of crunchy bones? Like, oh yeah, sure. Fucking stupid. But yeah, hey, I'm down to play D&D. I don't play D&D with my legs, so I'm gonna be good.
Well, right now the plan
Unless
is to have a second E game, so.
Yeah, second E, the Pathfinder 2E on
Yes.
Sundays. Yeah, sure, I'd be down for that. I'm not 100% like okay. I understand the idea behind having gestalts and whatnot, but it's like it feels kind of weird because it's a little too much power. No man, I should have this much power, right? Like I'd be down to play it. It would be interesting, but I think it's like a little too much for a character.
Well then,
like,
we can knock it back down. We can discuss all this tomorrow.
yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that, but that was the point that I wanted to bring up on tomorrow's game. It's like Gestalt seems fine, but like having so much power feels a little weird. Mostly because I'm just used to being a little bit slower in terms of progression.
Yes, but the progression itself doesn't speed up, technically.
No, progression doesn't speed up. It's just that I get twice of everything.
What do you mean twice of everything?
2 of everything. I mean, like I get basically 2 fucking classes at once.
Well, yeah, but you don't get twice the hit points or anything.
No, I don't. But I get the abilities and whatnot. So, for example, if I pick up a cleric and a monk, I will be able to fucking crack heads and also heal like a motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it's a big contention and Karu's like, yeah, we'll just go with free archetype. It's a nice, smooth solution.
Yeah. I would like to like, I understand why people complain about being a heal bot, and I could see that very, very clearly in the previous game when I was playing Art. I'll probably change a character name, new Art too. But yeah, I was basically a heal bot. All I do every turn is basically manage everyone's health, and it's an enjoyable process. But I wish I didn't have to do it all the time because that's pretty much all I do.
Well, stamina could take care of that.
Probably, yeah.
Makes half your hit point pool constantly and easily restorable.
Yeah, it would also probably help if these idiots would stop running into a bunch of enemies feeling like, oh yeah, I can heal them. Like,
well, there's now less
like
idiots,
I can.
so.
Less idiots. Well, I mean, Bubble wasn't really running into a bunch of enemies themselves. They were just kind of getting fucked over by their poor positioning. You know? It's not because they were idiotic or something. They actually tried using mechanics and whatnot. You know, flanking, feints, stuff like that. It's just that when they do it, they would immediately get swarmed and eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
The monster selection in this is like so fucking weird.
Well, early
It's
access, so...
zombies, fucking ghosts, and then just giant carrots. That's funny. Did they buy like a discounted fantasy pack and just build the entire game out of that?
Maybe the first one. These assets are different.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I think the situation here is the same as with like Doctor Who, right? Since they started out in the 60s, they now have to basically use 60-year-old designs. You know, every fucking Dalek has to look like a giant salt shaker, right?
Yep.
Because that's just how they are. And if they change the design, everybody's gonna just collectively shit themselves. But considering the way they've just annihilated assassinated the character, I don't think they ever cared for that.
Assassinated. More perks!
Yes.
Well, let's go for
I still want to play the Cats with Guns some more.
Cats with guns.
Yes. Cats with Guns was fun.
The fact that you call it that, though.
Why?
Because it's Gunfire Reborn, my good sir.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember the name for it and basically said, yeah.
I like it with the fast enough firing weapons, you can tell that it goes faster because the frequency of the gun changes, which is just a weird thing to think about.
Yes. Ooh, have you played Medieval?
I think you mean Am I Devil?
Am I... That's actually... Yeah, that works. Okay, have you played I Am Devil?
No. I've actually been looking to play it at some point, yeah.
It's very good. A friend of mine streamed it for me at one point, and it was very good. But he is kind of like, hey, this is the best boomer shooter of the fucking generation or whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I do like my boomer shooters.
Yes.
Boomer I may not be.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I'm not a boomer either.
That's what a boomer would say.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
I'm not a boomer. I was born yesterday. Ha ha ha.
I think in that other game, I'm just gonna make Argus a really tired old lizard, and they need like an assistant. That's how my minion's gonna be. It's like he's bonking heads. I'm just walking around with a stick. That would be fun. It's like, sorry, our cleric is a grumpy old man.
Grumpy old man.
Yeah, so don't piss them off, or otherwise they're gonna kill you. Gosh darn it. But yeah, I basically suggested the same idea as before. I said, hey, can I have minions? He's like, yeah, probably. We can do like hirelings or something of the sort. And I'm like, neat. But what if I like get them as I progress through the game? I don't get all of them at once. He's like, that's a fair enough idea with me.
Handsome.
Hopefully they'll have more than 26 hit points at level fucking 15.
5e scales entirely by its damage, so that's bullshit if you didn't.
Yeah.
Hell, they got new sidekick rules in Tasha's. One of the few fucking rules they put in that book. So.
Yeah, Flynn basically caved in finally, and he allowed me to have... It's like, well, since you've used the aid level fucking 7 for so many games, and these guys, they just have that much points.
It just fucking
And
got
I said,
stuck.
okay, And I said, okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to still use 8 on them for even more hit points. Now they're almost at like 99 or something of the sort. It's pretty close to 100.
Gentlemen.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Also, handing each and every single one of them to my teammates was like the best idea because they all benefit from it, and it's kind of fantastic.
Wait, what do you give to all your friends?
My thralls. I gave one to Hosh, I gave one to Ganon, I gave one to Hekla. So what happens is now they operate in battle, at least. They operate in these like little tiny groups of two. So when Ganon rages, every ally within the vicinity gets advantage.
Oh my.
So Enceladus and Ganon just run up to someone. He rages, Enceladus gets advantage, bonks somebody over the head with a couple crits, and then Ganon uses reckless attack to bonk somebody over the head. And it's like, that's neat. They're having fun. They're enjoying the synergy. And then Hekla's doing the same thing, except that Hekla gets pack tactics when they're next to an ally. So Hekla with their sword that slows down enemies a little bit, they are now attacking with advantage, and they don't have to be like in the fray to do so. And Hosh is just Hosh. He's just drunk with power and he's an idiot. But hey, he has a thrall now too.
Hell yeah. Everybody, friends, having fun.
I hope they are having fun because I'm planning to murder them.
Ha ha ha.
But no, like for real.
For real,
If
friends.
if Hosh decides to be an idiot, then I'm gonna kill him like an idiot. I'll have to. Well, I'll have to set it up first so that he doesn't die too quickly, so it's not boring for him, so it doesn't come out like, oh, you just killed me out of nowhere. It's like, I could, but I don't want to. Also, I'm preparing. We have like millions of gold pieces thanks to that fucking bullshit thing with a golden egg.
Egg.
Yes. So I'm just gonna buy all the scrolls. All the scrolls. When we get to the Illithid city, I'm leveling it down with earthquakes. I don't care. I'll just have like 10 scrolls of earthquake. We come across a checkpoint or like some sort of fortress. Fuck it, I just collapse it. Force gauge for days. I'm not gonna give force gauge to Baba though, because Baba might, decide to be an asshole and put force gauge on me. And that would be
Oh,
awkward.
Baba, you rude. Don't bully Argus.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna. Well, the one thing that I'm gonna give to them is the blade barrier.
Blade barrier, go!
Yes. So that on the same turn, we could start the blade barrier, and then I could put the force cage on top of the enemy before they react, so that they're inside the force cage with blade barrier inside of it. I'm gonna call this Will It Blend? Oh yeah, also apparently Baba's master is in the Illithid city. They've been captured and they're one of the slaves.
Oh, hey! Apparently this isn't an endless dungeon. I thought it was.
Oh?
It ended.
Oh, well, that's kind of lame.
Ah, and I've unlocked the weapons that I already had. I got Persistence, Equalizer, Sage Amulet. Wow, I got 2 wands out of the whole deal. Ziggurat Trial.
That looks like a flute.
Okay.
Or like a massager. Yeah.
This is what tells me here my... Okay, these are distinct unlocks. Okay, that's pretty fun. You can do it all over again. This is the Infinite Dungeon. Like I said, that
There is the campaign though, right?
Yes, the campaign. I didn't get any of the money for my... Oh, man, that's just... Oh, I think I'm going to leave it at that, though.
Fair enough. Oh man, I still need to re-download Doom 3. I still want to play it so much, but it's just like, I just don't have the energy for it. Also, I slept really badly today. I'm not sure why. Just woke up in like 3 hours, never went to bed. Now it's probably going to start catching up with me in a couple hours.
Well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, then.
Yes, we're going to talk about this stuff tomorrow. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And bye-bye, stream. I'll be uploading this one, unlike the other one, because, you know, I need a video for today, and...